Hi guys, it's me again. I'm Xiangyang with Xinhua News Agency. You're watching another live episode here. We are actually now at Xinhua's photographic news department, and we're going to have a live chat with our senior editor Chen. He will be joining us later in the show, and the Communist Party of China is holding its 19th National Congress here in Beijing, and the Congress will be held from the 18th to 24th. So today we are going to have a chat with Mr. Chang to talk about China's economic achievement in the past 5 years. So here is the editing desk of Xinhua's photography news department. So Chen, everyone, welcome to the show.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the show.
So before we start the chat today, I know you've been editing a lot of photos. So tell us first, how many photos do we release each day from Xinhua News Agency?
Xinhua News Agency is a big organization. In our desk, every day we release about 2,000 pictures.
Wow. So how many photographers do we have, across?
Totally, we have nearly 200 photographers in China and abroad. In abroad, we have about 50 photographers around the world.
Well, today looks like you're editing some fun photos, and we're about to talk about the photos that made us remember in the past 5 years, and that great moments in China. You know, the CPC is holding its 19th National Congress in Beijing. So this is our special live program. So I want everybody to join our discussion. And with us and with Chen, we're going to find out some of the amazing photos that we remembered in the past 5 years. So what's the first one you're about to show?
Okay, as I'm editing a group of photos showing Chinese achievement in the past 5 years, and I'm going to show you something about economic achievements first. Okay, let's have a look.
Right.
Here we have a photo about the Yangshan port near Shanghai, Shanghai city. It is a point, according to Chinese media, it is a starting point for the Chinese products to go to the international market.
Yeah, a port in Shanghai called Yangshan Deepwater Port. It's really China's first port built on islands.
Yes. Similarly, we have also another point similar.
So many parts.
Oh, yes. This is a photo taken in the Tianjin Free Trade Zone. I think this is another point where the Western products and the Chinese products meet together and exchange here. And this is another starting point for the Chinese product to go to the abroad, to the international market. And here,
I know this is the first freight train from China to UK.
Yes, this train is a direct link from Yiwu, a very small town in East China's Zhejiang province, directly to the European countries. In this photo, you can see the destination is London, the capital of United Kingdom.
Yeah, this is also related to the Belt and Road Initiative, which is initiative proposed by Xi and in 2013 to really boost connectivity and generate growth. So a lot of countries are benefiting from this initiative.
Yes, in this particular picture, we have this freight train taking small commodities from EU to the European country. But in this picture, you see, we can have something bigger from China to the European market.
So what's in the container?
Can you make a guess?
Looks like some very large containers, like car vehicles.
Yes, you're right. Inside there's luxury cars from China to European country.
So where is the photo taken?
This is the Brugge, the city in Belgium.
Belgium.
Yes. And here we don't export Chinese small commodities to European countries. Also, the African market is also in China's spectrum.
I want to make a guess. That's in Kenya, right?
Yes, you're right. In this photo, you can see there's a Chinese trainer to teach two Kenya conductors to how to use a Chinese high-speed train.
I assume that's the Mombasa Nairobi train.
Yes, and also this road have also Chinese contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't only export our products to the other countries. We also have a market for the foreign products in China. As you can see in this photo, we have the exposition for the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. During this event, we also invite the merchants from the other countries to show their products in China. And
oh, I know this one. I guess he just got a new cell phone that was made by a Chinese company.
Yes, of course. You know the brand is Huawei, very famous Chinese electronic brand. This photo is taken in Buenos Aires, the capital city of Argentina. From this photo, we can see that Chinese products is worldwide sold. It's another symbol of Chinese market. Chinese products is going very popular.
Wow, here comes a very interesting photo. And I recognize both of the people on this picture. I think that's Jack Ma, and that is Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Oh, yes, you're right. And the third thing you cannot miss is the lobsters, right? You know what? This picture is taken during the G20 summit held in Hangzhou, the capital city of Eastern Zhejiang province. The from a shop, online shop named Mr. Hippopotamus, Hippopotamus, right?
So you must be a huge fan of lobsters.
Yes, I love the lobsters, especially from Canadian market. And by the way, you in many of the Chinese online shops, you can find the foreign products very easily. For example, the Canadian products as maple syrups or ice wines or lobsters are very easy to get. And so let's speak about Jack Ma. We have naturally we were going to naturally talk about the system, online payment system, whose name is Alipay. In this photo, you can find this convenience store in Hong Kong. We can use this system very easily.
Well, personally, I really liked this invention where you can just pay everything with your mobile phone. You don't have to carry cash with you for maybe a week or a month. It's just tells us how easy and convenient right now with this mobile payment.
Yeah, in this aspect, you are not alone. For example, some foreigners living in China can also feel that convenience. For example, also in Hangzhou, foreigners can easily get paid or pay their daily expenses by the Alipay, even in a small vegetable market.
Yeah, I guess this is a farmers market in Hangzhou.
Yes.
And so that's how we say this great development of online payment is changing our lives, our daily lives. After you go to a farmer's market, like a convenience store, you pay everything with your mobile.
Yes, not only in the markets like that, in the city, uh, nowadays even 95% of the taxi drivers accept Alipay, and half of the restaurants in the city accept Alipay as well. So that means you can live in the city without any cash.
Wow. That doesn't look like it's not happen. It didn't happen in China, right? Doesn't look like China.
Right, that is in Manchester. You can see that there is a Chinese mark mobile, which is very popular in recent years. This is a product of the bike sharing service. It is getting popular in Chinese market, and now it's going to the international market. And because this kind of service is ecologically friendly and it's very convenient for your daily life. So, have you ever tried that?
Yes, actually, every morning from the house that I was living to the subway station before I commute to work, I ride the mobike every morning.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Okay, maybe if you love it, maybe you can love this one as well.
It's also, I guess, let me take a guess. It's still like a shared
Yes,
vehicle
right.
system.
Yeah, and what is more, this is electric car. It's more environmental friendly. You can share it with like what you did with the mobile, and furthermore, you can have this bigger thing to share.
It's a bus.
It's a bus, yes. The service is also based online. You can order it in advance and share it with your friends for a specific route to go out. This is very convenient, and it is expanding its market as well.
Well, I just want to remind everyone that is watching right now. We're live at Xinhua News Agency Photographic News Department. We're with senior editor Chen Liqun, and he has been talking about some of the photos that really made us remember in the past 5 years. The CPC, Communist Party of China, is holding its 19th National Congress in Beijing. So we have this live show here, and we're so glad to have you with us today. And some of the photos that you talked about just now showed the Chinese products, services that had been brought even to overseas countries. So very great and amazing photos there. What's next?
Okay, I'll show something even more amazing.
Even more amazing, guys.
Okay, let's have a look at this. This photo shows the latest Chinese 500-meter aperture spherical telescope. This is used to watch the sky. Now, at the moment, this is the biggest in the world.
So that's the world's largest radio telescope, and the photo was taken in Guizhou
In
province.
Guizhou province, yes. And in another city, Wuxi city in East China's Jiangsu province, we have another thing which is equally amazing. Look, this is, can you have a guess what is it? It's a room.
Since I can read Chinese characters and I know what it's about, I think it's China's supercomputers.
Yes, it is supercomputer. This computer named Xinhua is ranked the top one on the 500 top supercomputers. That means it's number one in the world.
So China remains on the top seat of the supercomputing system, like as the world's fastest.
Yes, even before it, China has the number one computer as well. And to develop our to develop the economy in a nation, we need to know more about the world. And this photo shows our effort and result to achievement to explore the sea, the ocean. Here you can have this part that is what we call Jiaolong submersive drone. This photo is taken in the Pacific, just under this ship. You can guess this is the deepest place in this world. Yeah.
That's Mariana Trench, maybe?
Yes, that's a Yap Trench. Yes.
So this manned submersive will be launched into the deep sea.
Yeah, exactly. You can imagine there are scientists inside of this submersive, right? They work inside it while it is under the sea. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Sounds like a big blockbuster movie.
Oh yes. And to work with the submersive, we have to have some ship to to go together to the sea. And this is the ship that carries all the submersives to the sea. This is named Tansuo number one. It is it, its major mission is to explore the deep sea and to do more scientific research.
Wow,
And
looks even more mysterious.
yes. For this combo photo is to show the whole process of launching our Wukong satellite. Can you make us guess what is Wukong about?
You just said it's Wukong satellite. I guess it will be launched into the outer space, but I don't know what task it carries specifically.
Its task is to detect the dark matter in space. Maybe you can have a wild imagine to for its mission because in the mysterious and the infinitive and deep space, nobody knows for now what exists over there. Maybe some days when they can come back with something like a ET, or maybe they can find out the origin of life or origin of the universe. It's
So-
a great job, you know.
So in this section, the photos are all about China's development in the science and technology field, and we talked about just now talked about the Wukong satellite, which is to explore dark matter.
Dark matter, right? It is very essential for us to know about more about the universe where we live in. But for in another aspect, for example, in this photo, we have some devices which is very powerful. This is this device is called a full superconducting experimental device, which produce very high temperature. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it is called man-made sun. It provides clean and stable nuclear power for our daily life. In the future, I think it can be very useful in our life.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I have to say, so far, I mean, we've been seeing so many pictures, but I have to say this one is so far my favorite because it's just so pretty and beautiful.
Yes, it's like in very some fairy appear or something, right? Because it's in such a remote place and some beautiful light over there. And this is famous. This picture is famous not only because of its beauty, but also its importance. In this picture, uh, the little house here mm-hmm. is the observatory station for our community, for as Chinese first quantum space communication satellite, Mozi, which is very advanced in technology. And
I want to have a guess for this one.
All right.
Looks like this is a car racing game.
Very close. Yeah, but it is definitely car related because in driving car you need something to navigate, right? And this picture tells us that system that provided Chinese satellite Beidou to give a very accurate navigation. You know, the accuracy for this system is about 5 meters. Wow. That is very close to the real distance. Mm-hmm. And so, in addition to the basic and for theoretical research, China has already also found some made some practical progresses in technology and science. For example, this one you must be very familiar with, right?
Yeah, that's China made aircraft C919.
C919, right? This is the biggest ever that China made, biggest ever. It is the narrow body jumbo. It's made to rival for the similar products by Boeing and Airbus. And before that, we have already made some smaller models that are already in mass production. This is a very important step that in China's aircraft making industry. And the company, Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China, is making continuous effort to make more and bigger aircrafts. And
High-speed rail.
yes, you can easily recognize that this train high speed, but this is already not the latest. We have already now have Fuxing, which is in faster speed and a more streamlined design. And the Fuxing is our fastest and the latest model. It's running on the speed of 350 kilometers per hour. It's the route links Beijing and Shanghai, the two most important cities in China, and cutting the travel time from 12 hours to 4.5 hours. It's a big cut, right?
Yes.
And by the way, the ticket is not so expensive. It's about $90.
And also, I want to add to what you are talking about. Taking the high-speed train is much more convenient because the train stations are normally located in downtown areas, so you don't have to arrive so early as you did for the flight.
Yes, and this train station is located in Beijing downtown, and it's very convenient to reach because there are metro lines connected to this train station. And in addition to the normal inventions and as communication and traffic devices, we also our Chinese scientists are working on something new. Do you like this device, right?
Honestly, I mean, the first impression of this picture makes me like a little nervous. And you see, the train is actually suspended.
Don't worry, this is a newly invented system, suspension car train. It is already put in use in Chengdu International Airport in southwest China, Sichuan province. And besides the the products for daily use, we also have some cutting edge technologies. Guess what is the point in this picture? Can you have a minute?
I think the three of them are video chatting, and it looks like a foreign expert on screen, and then there is a lady and a gentleman standing by the screen.
Oh yes, well, mostly it's close. It's very close. It's almost correct. But when you talk about the lady, you are not 100% correct. This is actually a robot. This robot is created by Professor Chen Liqun, a scientist in Science and Technology University of China, and in this moment they are testing this robot by chatting with Mr. Kevin Kelly, who is expert in robot industry, and of course the result is very satisfactory.
So that is the robot China developed named Jia.
Yes, exactly. And in fact, every achievement made in the past years are there are scientists behind them, and we have many outstanding scientists working for the Chinese development. And
Yeah, that's Tu Youyou, the Nobel Prize winner.
yes, exactly. Madame Tu Youyou, her success comes from the discovery and extraction of medicine out of traditional Chinese herbs to treat malaria, which is a great achievement. And for that achievement, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in medicine.
Well, so I just want to remind everyone this is a live streaming by China Xinhua News. We're live here at the photographic news department of Xinhua News Agency. We're live with a senior editor Chen Liqun, who has edited many photos each day and working here at Xinhua. And we're talking about the photo that really recognized the memorable moments of China in the past 5 years, especially in economic achievement. So we talked about China produced products and services that are benefiting overseas countries, and also we talked about China's great development in the field of science and technology. And now it comes to another very mysterious picture.
All right, yeah. China is developing at a fast pace, but sometimes we need to cherish and protect the resources that we have to. So in this picture, we can see that in China, in some parts, we still need some work to protect our land and our environment. In China, we still have some desert. We have somewhere to protect. And of course, in the recent years, we've been putting much emphasis to protect our land. For example, people here, they are planting some trees to make the windbreaker around our cities in northwestern China. And similar works have been undergoing in many places, and the achievement and result is very positive. For example, in this picture taken in Dongshan of southeast China's Fujian province, this port is very properly and effectively restored after some degree of pollution occurred. This is not the single example for Chinese control over the pollution. And for example, in East China's Shandong province, we have similar measures against the damage on our environment. For example, in this picture, formerly there's a quarry. After so many years development, the local government stopped the action and started protecting it. Now it become a national geopark, and the geology is in recovery. You know. And this is something new. What do you think about it?
I have a question. The first, once I saw this picture, I want to know what this guy is collecting. Is it shrimp?
Yes, you're clever enough, right?
So how the two pictures are connected?
They are connected because these photos are taken in the same place, but in different seasons. You know, after harvest of the field of the rice, they use this land as pond to raise shrimps and frogs. In that way, they use less fertilizers and less pesticide. So that is another way to protect our land and our environment.
That's a great utilization of the same field. So shrimp and frogs on the paddy fields. Great.
Yeah, and this protection of the environment is not only in the fields. In the forests, we also do the same things. For example, in this photo taken in Tibet Autonomous Region, the story is that after several years protection of forest, the animals, wild animals, can be so easy, can feel so easy among the visitors. This is gives us the impression that the people, visitors, and the nature are so harmonious, right? And
This doesn't look like something I can figure out. It looks very, you need a lot of knowledge to understand what that is.
Yes. Uh, the 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 protection on our environment doesn't go only in outdoor activities. Also, in some labs, you have to do work. For example, in South China's Hunan province, we have labs to do some research on the heavy metal pollution, to do something against them. In this case, researchers are doing experimentals to grow some new species of siblings to grow in some already polluted land, and also to reduce the pollution.
Yep.
And
New energy motor vehicles?
yes. To fight against pollution is everybody's job, especially in some cities. Taking the electric cars are getting more and more popular. Because this kind of products is environmental friendly, and they are getting more and more convenient to get charged. In China, it's getting a trendy lifestyle. You can see.
It's also a healthy lifestyle, a green lifestyle.
Yes, and we have a healthier choice, that is go bicycle. As you know, more and more Chinese citizens get used to take bicycles to go to work or go to metro. When this lifestyle has given us a much more convenience in our daily life. By building some facilities. For example, in Xiamen of southeast China, Fujian province, the local government has built a lane especially for the cyclists.
I think that's the world's largest aerial biking lane.
Yes, you are right. It's very popular, and many people are practicing their cycling techniques over there. And in addition, this also can be a cityscape, right? And living in house is also can be a fighting place, a battlefield against the pollution. For example, in China, we in many cities, there are
daily waste management.
Yes, daily waste management are improved in great scope. In this picture, we have a moment when the worker from a recycling company come to the door of a resident to collect the trash, to recycle them. And furthermore, this service is based on online service. This makes it possible for the citizens to take part in the action against the waste and the misuse of the trash in their daily life. And we have to admit that China is not the best country in dealing with trash. We take efforts and steps to recycle or classify or to reuse all the trashes. This photo taken in Qinghai province, a very remote province, that the people there also do the same things to for them, this is already a big step forward in this action.
Yeah. So again, another reminder that this is China Xinhua News Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're live at Xinhua's photographic news department. Have a live chat with Chen Liqun, senior editor at the photographic editing desk here at Xinhua. And we've been talking about the photos that made us remember in the past 5 years, which really showed some of the great moments in China's development and especially in its economic achievement in the past 5 years. So I'm so glad you are with us now, and I want you to join our discussion. Leave a comment if you want, or ask a question if you have any. So we talked about the products and services China had produced and also made a great impact on the rest of the world. And we talked about China's great development in the field of science and technology. And we just talked about China's efforts and measures taken to fight pollution and desertification. Yes. And now we're going to talk about another, looks like a very beautiful place with great scenery.
Yes, of course. The scenery is of course beautiful, but behind that, well, I have something new to tell you.
Okay, let me ask you first. Is that roads that built to cross the mountains?
Yes, you are right, and we have many pictures about the road built in some remote places, mountainous places like this, or in some developed places as well, and of course some remote place as well. Here,
The Yellow River.
oh yes, for I happen to be born in a place near to Yellow River, and this picture reminds me something not so exciting, because when I was a little boy, I visited once to the places like this. At that time, there's actually no road, no way to get there. When you look at the villagers' life, you can feel that they are so isolated without any means to get connected with the outside world. But now this, for example, this picture, we can see there's a Yanhuang expressway. That means along the Yellow River, we have a newly built road that connects the people's daily life to the outside world. For example, this is not taken from North China, and but the situation is quite similar. For example, in this photo, South China's Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, the village previously in the past, the students have to climb up and down the ladders to go to school. But now, after a road, the cement road is built, it becomes very easy for them to go to school to get educated.
Mm-hmm.
And similar things are happening in China everywhere. For example, the story about this is that for example, this photo is taken in 2014, when there was no road built for the villagers. The cars can be stuck very often. So the living condition was not so good, but after so the villagers came to the other cities to find their livelihood, And in this story, many people, two villagers came back to build and work for this village after several years when they built the roads. After that, many people keep coming back, and the village has revived in some extent. In some extent. And this is even a sadder story because in China, not every place is so agreeable. For example, in northwest China's Ningxia Hui autonomous region, we have people living in extremely poor and extremely difficult conditions for generations. These places are totally impossible to develop economically. So the local government has proposed a solution, for example, to relocate the dwellers, residents to another more suitable places. For example, this in the place in this photo, we can see the people can live in a condition more decent, right? And to invest, to give money is not the only way to keep people out of the poverty. You have to sometimes you have to give them work to keep them alive or get them rich. In this story, it is also taken in Mongolia, where I myself was born. This young man with his wife was previously in a very poor condition, but the local government has sponsored them with housing, with some necessity, and then they give them 18 sheep to raise. After 3 years' work, they have now already 350 sheep. So that brings a lot of fortune for them. So this is another successful story for the poverty and elimination. Right? And previously people, poor villages can stay very lonely, but now after the elimination of the poverty, people come back, so they are able to have bigger family reunion or something.
So this photo is about solar panels.
Oh yes, for some places which are not so productive in terms of land or something, our local government also always propose something more creative. For example, in this picture, the local government proposed them with a solar panel. So people there can work in this power station and get paid and keep them out of poverty.
Yes.
And in this photo, the similar story, like the previous in Mongolian young people, this older man can work extra work by taking care of his neighbor's cattle to get rich.
While riding a motorcycle.
Oh yes, and it is universally acknowledged that education is more essential than the other things in elimination of poverty. So many our government is putting more resources to education, and the condition of the local schools are keeping improving, and the students are getting. Yes. I hope that in the future they can get more better tomorrow and to get get out of poverty very soon.
Well,
I have a lot of things, more things to tell you, but I'm afraid that I have to work, get back to work. So can we stop here?
yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys. This is Chen Liqun, senior editor at Xinhua's photographic news department, and some of the very amazing photos have just showed you guys China's great economic achievement in the past 5 years. I'm so busy looking at the photos, I don't have much time to read some of your comments here, but I get a lot of very good feedbacks from you guys watching from Indonesia and a lot of other countries. And you said you like this idea, and also you like the network of Xinhua. So thank you so much for staying with us. I hope you enjoyed the photos and the very good storytelling by Mr. Chen Liqun here at Xinhua Photographic News Department. So I'll see you soon. Bye from here.